Hey guys, thanks for joining us here at Salty Ginger Talk. If you're a returning listener, it's great to have you back. If you're new to the channel, really glad you joined us. Hope you like what you hear. So today, we're going to convince you, or try to convince you, that you need to stop chasing fads, stop facing what's popular, live the way you want to live, learn to think for yourself so that you can live a happy and productive life. We got 5 reasons that we think are pretty compelling. We've got scientific evidence to back up what we're talking about. And we've also got actionable items that you can use to start breaking away from chasing the most popular thing or trying to be with the in crowd and thinking for yourself. So with all that said, let's just get right into our episode. All right. So we live in a world today that is obsessed with trends, the latest TikTok trend, the latest Instagram fad, the latest social media craze, whatever it is. Every week, there's a new must-have. There's a new life hack. There's a new secret formula. If you just do this, everything else will fall in place, like it's the magic elixir for happiness and success. The truth of the matter is, people who chase trends rarely build anything lasting. Just statement of fact. You can go back through history and look at all of the trends. Let's just start in the 20s, right? We had flappers, we had the can, we had big band music. Then we go through the Depression and all the things that happened in the Depression. Then we move into the 40s with more big bands and zoot suits and cars and air travel being a certain way. And all those things change over time. The people that just keep chasing those fads and try to keep up with what's cool and being part of that in crowd wind up anxious, they wind up broke, and they wind up constantly comparing themselves to the next shiny thing or the people doing the next shiny thing. That is not the formula for a happy and productive life. If you want to live a happy and productive life, you've got to stop following every fad and you need to start thinking for yourself. What makes you happy? What brings you purpose? What brings you joy and fulfillment? Pursue those things. Forget the fads. So today, we're going to give you our 5 best reasons to stop buying into fads and trends, and we're going to help you with some tips that can help you start to build a life that actually lasts and has meaning and purpose. Okay? So, number 1, trends create constant comparison. Research from the Journal of Science and Social and Clinical Psychology found that heavy social media use, where trends dominate all the time, leads to a higher rate of depression, higher rate of envy, and lower self-esteem. Which of those sound like a good thing to have in your life? Is it the higher rate of depression? Is it the higher rate of jealousy and envy? Or is it the lower self-esteem? Which one of those are you after? My bet is none of those, but that's what happens, all right? Those fads fuel comparison. That person looks cooler than me. That person's my age and I see a picture of them near a private jet or on a private jet or what looks like they're on a private jet. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. But they want you to think that they are. It makes you look at what everyone else is doing and forget what you actually want and what you actually value. When you start measuring your worth against other people's, bad things are going to happen. The only comparison that you need to make is to who you were yesterday and try to make yourself a little bit better person today than you were yesterday. And then tomorrow, try to be a little bit better than you were today, and so on and so on and so forth. I call that the compound interest of life. It adds up over time, leads you to a really good spot where you'll find happiness and fulfillment and purpose. And that's what we're after. Peace doesn't come from chasing the crowd. It comes from clarity about who you are. So here's our tip for this one. Unfollow accounts that trigger comparison in your mind. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad comparison. Doesn't matter if you like it. If it's making you compare your life to other people's lives, stop looking at it. Unfollow it. Then fill your feed and your mind with ideas that build you, not trends that drain you. I typically on social media watch a lot of things from like Andrew Huberman, Alex Hormozy, Chris Williamson has a lot of interesting people. Diary of a CEO I find interesting sometimes. I listen to some clips from Joe Rogan because I like the discussions. I like to hear people talk about how they think and what drives their thought processes because it makes me question my thought processes. Am I thinking about this in a good way? Do I have some long held belief that I maybe shouldn't have? I try to be self-reflective. I try to work on myself as a person. And so I try to find content that allows me and kind of pushes me to do that. That's the kind of content that's going to help you build a meaningful and purposeful life. Not the latest dance craze, not the latest challenge, whatever the things are. I'm not real up on them, so I can't speak to them real eloquently, but you know what I'm talking about because we've all seen them. Okay, number 2, fads waste your time and energy. Psychologists call it decision fatigue. The more you constantly shift your focus around, the less energy you have to chase meaningful work and make meaningful decisions. Chasing the new thing scatters your attention and it kills your progress, especially on the things that matter. Because look, the things that matter and the things that are important in your life, they can be hard sometimes. You should learn to pursue things that are hard. You should be doing hard things every day. That takes focus. That takes clarity. That takes purpose. If you're chasing fads and chasing what's cool and trying to be a part of that, you're going to waste time and energy on those meaningless things when you could be devoting that time and energy to the things that mean a lot to you. So every time you pivot to the next big thing, you lose momentum on what really matters to you. Fads are distractions dressed up as opportunities. They're not real. They're not going to take you anywhere meaningful or useful. So here's our tip. When you find yourself chasing something like that or enamored by something like that, ask yourself, does this serve my long-term goal? Or is this just stopping me from being bored? Is it filling my time right now? Does this get me closer to where I want to be in my life? If it doesn't, kill it. It's just white noise. Move on. Let it go. Put it behind you. Focus on the things that matter. You're going to be much happier and make much faster progress if you take that approach. Okay, number 3, trends kill your authenticity. And the authenticity is the most important part to me. I can be really direct. I can be really aggressive. I can be really abrasive. But I usually get accepted by people because I'm genuine, I'm not judgmental, and I'm very, very authentic. I'm this way all the time. And if I do put myself in situations where somebody receives what I said incorrectly, I talk through it with them. I listen. I try to change my behavior if it makes sense to change my behavior. I want the relationship. I want the long-term goal. I want the long-term experiences with people. And when you follow trends, it's going to kill your authenticity. Sociologists at Stanford found that people who constantly adapt to fit trends report lower levels of self-concept clarity. They lose touch with who they really are. It's how good people wind up making bad decisions. It's how good people wind up in bad situations. It's how good people wind up doing things that go against their values and their morals because they're trying to fit in, and that's not where you want to be. When you chase trends, you start performing instead of living authentically. You mold yourself to what's popular to try to fit in instead of what's right in your eyes. And that's not going to lead you where you want to be. Eventually, you're going to forget who you are, and it's going to lead to incongruency between your thoughts and beliefs and values and your actions and activities and the people you surround yourself with. And it's going to make you depressed. It's going to make you anxious. It's going to make you unhappy. We see so much of that now in society because people deny what they really want in many instances. So before you post or buy into or join the next movement, ask yourself, is this me? Do I really believe in this? Or am I just trying to fit in because it's popular right now? If it is you and you really believe in it, go wild. That's awesome. When you find the people you should be around, you should go all in those situations. If it's just trying to fit in, just trying not to be bored, just trying to make yourself feel better, I don't think that's where you want to be. Authenticity might be harder, but it's going to last longer than the trends ever will. Okay, number 4. Fads and chasing trends keeps you from mastering the things that are really important to you. A University of Chicago study on skill development found that consistent practice over years, not novelty, creates long-term success and happiness. So let's just say that again. So the University of Chicago study on skill development found that consistent practice over years, not novelty, meaning it might not always be fun, but that repetition and putting yourself in situations to get better at the things that are important to you creates long-term success and happiness. Imagine that. You have to be unhappy sometimes to get to a place of true happiness. Fads keep you up here at the surface. You never go deep enough to master anything because you're always switching lanes and chasing the shiny light and what's the next new thing. Success comes from repetition, not reinvention. Consistency is how you win, not chasing what's hot this week. As someone that's been married to an awesome person for over 32 years, I can tell you that consistency is what has made our relationship what it is. I've always known that she cares about me. She's always known that I care about her because we act like it all the time. Doesn't mean we don't argue. Doesn't mean we agree all the time. Doesn't mean we're always happy with what the other one is doing. But when there's problems, we talk through them in a reasonable way. We don't fight with each other. We don't call each other names. We never disrespect each other. And we've been able to have an awesome relationship for over 3 decades. It's the consistency that's going to get you where you want to go. But you have to show up every day. That's how it works. Don't chase the fad. Focus on the things that are important and commit to those. So you got to pick a lane. Pick what matters to you. Pick what's important to you. And then get so good at those things that you can't ignore it and no one can ignore it in you. Mastery beats momentum every single time. Okay, now, last one here is chasing trends leads to shallow fulfillment. A Yale Happiness Lab study found that chasing external validation, likes, approval, attention, provides a short dopamine hit, but no lasting fulfillment. That's not where we want to be. We don't want the quick fix. That's like a drug user. The quick fix and then the crash. That's not where we want to be. Fads feel good for a moment, and then you're empty again. Up, down, high, crash. You can't build meaning on what's temporary. Happiness comes from purpose. Happiness comes from meaning. Happiness comes from fulfillment, not from popularity. So the tip here is to build a life that's rooted in purpose, not performance. What's important to you? Is family important to you? Then build a good family, show up for them, support them, tell them the truth, challenge them when they need it, support them when they need it. That's part of being a family. It's not always rainbows and unicorns. It's not always going to be fun. When things aren't going the way they should be going, you owe it to the people you care about to step in, not only point it out, but come up with and suggest solutions so that you can get to a better spot. Ask yourself this question: if no one could see it, would I still do it? How do you act when no one is around? What's important to you? Those are the things you do when no one is around. If yes is the answer to that question, you should keep doing it because you're going to be fulfilled and have purpose and meaning. If no is the answer, take a hard look at it. Do you need to get rid of it in your life? Do you need to excommunicate it? Do you need to push it aside and spend your time and effort focused on the things that are important to you? Okay? And so here, the recap here is trends fade, purpose lasts. Don't get so busy trying to fit in that you forget to stand out. By being yourself, by being authentic, by being who you are, people will see that. People will feel that. People will give you credit for being true to yourself. I don't believe in anything Bernie Sanders says economically because I have a degree in economics and I know that what he's preaching will never, ever work. But I respect Bernie Sanders because he has consistently and over decades preached exactly the same things. I think he's wrong. I don't agree with him. I don't think any of his ideas will work. Shouldn't say any. Almost any of his ideas will work. But I have a lot of respect for the guy because that's truly what he believes. And I think he's coming from a place where he wants to help other people. That's authentic. I can respect that, even if I disagree with it. I got no issues with the guy. I just don't agree with him economically. And there's centuries of history to prove that his methods don't work. But I still respect the guy because that's who he is. I got it. He's authentic. That's where you want to be. The world doesn't need more people acting like each other and thinking like each other and copying each other. It needs people with conviction who are willing to take a stand for what they believe in. People who think and act and live intentionally. Because when you stop chasing what's popular, you finally start building what's important to you. And that's what's going to bring your life meaning and purpose and make you happy and get you where you want to be. Okay, so that's our argument. Hope it hit home with you guys. Hope some of that stuff made you think a little bit about what you're doing, gave you some tips on how you can take action on those things to start building the life that you want. And if this episode resonated with you, shoot it over to somebody else. Let them listen to it. See if maybe it'll help them out too. We appreciate you checking it out. So James puts it up over every day. Head over to our website, saltygingertalk.com. All of our podcast episodes are there. We've got links to our social media accounts there. We publish a newsletter every weekday that you can subscribe to on our website. We interview people who talk about their lives and what they've learned from all of the good and the bad that have happened in their lives. They share those learnings with you so you can incorporate their knowledge and their tips and their experiences into your decision-making process to build the life that you want. We do episodes like this that give you real-world actionable tips to start building the life that you want. It's good stuff. The podcast continues to grow. The podcast continues to expand. We love having you as a part of the audience. We want to make sure that you catch the next episode as well so you don't miss any of that good stuff. We'll see you there.